Yes, this Wembley crowd, I mean, you get England playing Scotland, especially Jimmy White, you're going to get a bit of a partisan crowd. But I've always said, John, the crowd here, even if you're playing someone like Jimmy or Ronnie O'Sullivan, if you produce the goods on the table, they'll always give you the respect and give you the applause. A very fair crowd indeed. Meanwhile, Stephen Hendry left with the longish pot. He's looking at the pack for the safety. So does that tell us something? Well, he now wishes he had have taken the pot on, because he's made a complete mess. He's given himself a right telling off after that safety shot. Might as well have took the pot on after. But no pressure on this. That's what, lapse in concentration, John?
That's where you kick yourself, you see. You've refused the long red because your long game's not there. So you say, right, I'll play a good safety, and you don't go and play one. So you end up in the chair kicking yourself.
One. Eight.
I think he probably held the cue ball too well there. Robertson probably wants to go a few inches down the table on the blue. Right, good play on and off the cushion, so it was pretty good. And when you're in this type of match, Dennis, you want to get this over with as quickly as possible, don't you? You don't want to be here longer than you need to be. Try and take as little out of yourself as possible. Look forward to the next round. So I'll be thinking this is an opportunity to try and reframe a match, even though they're pretty difficult at the moment.
Yeah, Stephen Hendry's poor safety shot. It was exactly what happened in the frame before the mid-session interval. He hit a safety shot all wrong and lost the frame. He made a break of 85. He's hit a poor safety shot there. And Neil Robertson now has a chance to show you, far too thick. A chance to clinch the match. Okay, it's very early days, but 15. And there's only a couple of reds available, but we know how well he's queuing. And that red near the cushion is okay, being a left-hander. So in a couple of shots' time, you can have these balls sitting perfect. Right.
See from there, that blue much better. It's absolutely perfect on this red. Screw back. No value at all in trying to play on the black from there.
21.
I think there's a red that's close to the pink spot that goes as well, so if you screw back off this blue, you could leave an angle here and pop that red and open a few more out if you wanted to. All about how the player sees the break. I've decided to go a different way, stun the pink in. And if the pink right spotted goes in the corner, that'll be a big help.
There might be a couple of reds available into the pocket. The pink clearly goes, the red next to it goes, but there might be another one. The one that's just 4 from the black. It might also pot into the right corner. certainly one little pot. Not sure about that one I mentioned. No, that won't go. Has he dropped on this pink to be able to screw back and leave that one, or is it finished rather awkward?
Now he's slightly the wrong angle there. Preferred the cue ball higher up the table just to play a little screw back for that red. Change his shot now.
Well, it may be okay. At first glance I thought he hasn't dropped on anything. I think the red passes the black.
Yes, he may even be able to hold it for the pink again. Either that or back up for the blue, but either way this is not bad.
Got a better angle on the pink this time. You can even try and disturb some more reds here if he wishes. Red with lots of topspin though. What sort of angle has he got on this pink? Well, he can just screw back to the red, as you can see there.
This is developing into an absolutely fantastic break. You see players come to the table with the balls all over the place, making it look very easy. This has been a break he's had to work very hard for. So far, he's taken them brilliantly. Don't know where the next red's coming from. Slightly overscrewed that, if anything. Wanted to leave an angle to pot the pink and run through and move some of the reds, but what he can move off this angle is difficult to work out.
Yeah, if he runs through and flicks the red, he's going to send the white over towards the right side cushion. That's what he's been concerned about. The harder you hit this shot, the more angle you create. There's a chance you could head over towards the corner pocket. It just depends. I'm thinking of playing with quite a lot of side. That was always the problem. When you force it, you make more of an angle for yourself. He was trying to hit them, by the looks of it, off the cushion with loads of side and almost arced the cue ball round. That would have been a terrific positional shot had it have come off. But he's firmly in the driving seat, 5-3 up, 48-0 in front. Fairly straightforward safety shot as long as he doesn't push a red over the corner.
Yes, that's his problem, isn't it?
Robertson, 48.
Good 48 breakdown, a big lead. The ball's been where they are, Dennis. Still not home and hose yet.
Stephen Hendry's got to put a more telling safety shot in. He's been pretty poor with his safety so far. And even that is not very good from his point of view. You would have thought he would have totally outplayed his Robertson in the tactical department, but he hasn't today. And that probably is the difference.
Well, I would suggest if this one goes in, this could be frame and match. Well, saying that, he's across the cue ball. Now here's an interesting situation. 49 in front. Do you take the ball on, or do you put the colour safe? Because you've got a nice insurance policy if you can stick something safe. I'd be very tempted to be putting one of those safe to stop the counter clearance. You'd be doing that, Dennis, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Robertson.
That was more important than getting a good safety shot. Now, can he judge it better this time, Stephen Hendry? In fact, I think he can pot the one that's next to the black. So Neil Robertson never thought about that. Needs to bounce a bit. Now, let's make your mind up time. It looks as if he's going to roll in behind it.
That was very well played. A really tricky shot on these superfine cloths. Did that really well there. Excellently played. I suppose in some respects, Dennis, it was a shame you couldn't see the green there, because you could have also chipped the green out at some point so you could have the balls in open play for a clearance, but this isn't bad.
Very difficult to get behind the colour. I'm not sure if you could take this pot on to the middle pocket. Might be able to.
Yes, and move the green off the cushion. Always looked like a natural angle. The pot was very difficult. That was a great shot.
This is a big shot. He's taking the brown on to get back up to the reds. This has got to go in. No, that was a big shot. Well, maybe the cannon on the blue might have helped Stephen Hendry, because he would have felt when he took the brown on, if I don't pot this, I'll lose the match. If I get it, I've still got a chance to fight my way back in this frame. But cannoning the blue has just saved the situation for the time being for him.
Yes, the fact that he missed the brown onto the jaw that he did made sure he cannoned the blue. He wouldn't have been anywhere near there if he'd have potted it. He needs to make sure he gets the safety correct here. He's got a chance if he can get down behind the green again. But Neil in a bit of trouble, but he's got to hit this properly, and once again he's hit it far too thick. But he's been a little bit lucky. He's chunnering to himself there, Stephen. He knows he's hit that terrible. It's tight with that pink. And that really should be frame and match.
Stephen Hendry's had his chances, he knows that, but his safety, believe it or not, has let him down today. That's about perfect, and that definitely is the end of this match.
Yes, and I think you can definitely say the curse of the chair is over now, Dennis. I said it in the last frame and managed to get Neil Robertson to miss, but I think finally we've put that one to bed. ultimately this match has been about Neil Robertson's long game, and also about, well, Stephen hasn't had a particularly good long game today, but his safety's been a little bit weak as well, and consequently he's given too many opportunities to the Australian, whose long game is, well, frighteningly good.
28.
Well, I did mention this is a title, one of the major titles that he would love to have on his CV. Already got 6 world ranking titles. The ones you're after is the UK and the Masters to go with your world title. But this Australian's capable of winning, well, every tournament he plays in.
4.
He won't bother about that. For Neil Robertson, for the second time in the Masters, beat Stephen Hendry. He beat him a couple of seasons ago in the second round. He just was a stronger player on the day. It was a reasonable performance from Stephen Hendry, but it was never going to be good enough to beat the current world champion, who runs out a worthy winner 6 frames to 3.